What if I told you the internet isn't controlled from the sky, but from the sea floor? Thousands of cables, quiet, invisible, critical. And here's the real question. Who owns them? Because ownership isn't just business, it's power. Welcome back. I'm Scott, and if I'm running for president, this is exactly the kind of system we need to understand before it becomes a problem we can't control. Most people assume governments run the internet. They don't. A huge portion of these cables are owned by private companies. Names you know, names you use every day. And that means the backbone of global communications is not just infrastructure. It's a business decision. Now ask yourself, what happens when profit and national security collide? And here's where it gets more complicated. Some cables are jointly owned. Multiple countries, multiple corporations, overlapping interests. That sounds stable until it isn't. Because when tensions rise, shared systems become contested systems, and suddenly something designed to connect the world becomes a point of leverage. If you're finding this useful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this series builds piece by piece. Now let's go deeper. Control isn't just about ownership. It's about access. Who maintains the cables? Who repairs them? Who decides priority when something breaks? Because cables break, anchors drag, earthquakes hit. Sometimes accidents, sometimes not. And when a cable goes down, data doesn't stop. It reroutes. But rerouting creates choke points. And choke points, that's where control becomes real. Now imagine a scenario where multiple cables fail at once. Not globally, just regionally. Financial systems slow. Communications lag. Military coordination gets complicated. Not collapse, but strained. And in that strain, whoever controls the remaining pathways holds the advantage. This is why undersea cables are no longer just infrastructure. They're strategy. Countries are mapping them, monitoring them, planning around them. Because in a modern world, information flow is as important as fuel, food, or weapons. Maybe more. So where does that leave us? Right now, the U.S. relies heavily on a mix of private ownership and international corporate cooperation. That worked in a stable world, but stability isn't guaranteed anymore, and systems built for peace don't always hold under pressure. If I'm running for president, this is the question. Do we keep reacting, or do we start securing? Do we treat cables like optional infrastructure or critical national assets? Because ignoring this doesn't make it safer. It just makes us later to respond. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because once you see the system, you can't unsee it. And once you understand it, you start asking better questions. That's the goal. This is Scott for 2028, because the future is not optional. I will see you next time.